Welcome to the Disabled Podcast, starring your host, Christian Reitz.
Hot dog, let's go!
Welcome to the Disabled Podcast, the show that incorporates disabilities with the magic of Disney. Welcome to episode number 5, entitled, From Main Street to Your Screen. Be sure to use our hashtag the Disabled Podcast when sharing this podcast to all of your social media platforms. Now again, that's hashtag the Disabled Podcast when sharing this podcast to all social media platforms. And now, here is your host, Christian Reitz. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Disabled Podcast. And I got a question for you as we start off this podcast this week. I don't know if you're anything like me, but when I leave a Disney trip, one of the things that I miss about being at Disney is, well, being at Disney. So I don't know if you're like me, and then I'm sure that many of you are like me. You just want to go back, and you know you can't live there. You know you can't go there every day. So what do you do to fill in the time, but and still get the Disney fix from the time that you leave the parks to your next trip? How do you fill in that gap? Well, that's what I'm going to talk to you today about in this week's episode of the Disabled Podcast. Is some of my favorite live streamers and vloggers that you can find directly on YouTube that literally bring the magic right to your living room. So without any further ado, let's talk about some of my favorite Disney live streamers and Disney vloggers. Now, again, I know many of you, they're just like me. You probably love getting that little extra Disney fix when you can't be there in person. And for me, and I'm sure for many of you, there's something really special about the YouTubers, the streamers, and the vloggers that really give us that taste of Disney magic from afar. Now, these creators are not just talking about Disney. They're sharing real, honest experiences that can connect us all in a way that only Disney can really do. And so today, I want to kind of make this episode a shout out to some of my personal favorite creators who help make Disney World feel more accessible, more fun, and not so far away, at least for myself. Now, whether it's through live streams or vlogs or even behind the scenes glimpses of their Disney adventures, these creators have touched the hearts of so many, including myself. So if you're one of the streamers or one of the vloggers that I'm talking about today, this is a huge shout out just for you. Now, we're going to take you through at least 4 of live streamers and Disney vloggers that I watch. I'm going to tell you about the first 3, which you may have heard, but I've got a 4th one that you may not have heard that you can go check out that I actually recently just discovered. So let's go ahead and talk about them. Now, first up, I want to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, one of my absolute favorite live streamers on Disney, and that is Corey Meets World. Now, if you've been watching Disney YouTube for a while, you've probably seen Corey's content all over the internet. And if you haven't, let me just say you are missing out on some really amazing live streams that he does every Thursday night, every single week. Now, what stands out to me about Corey, though, is just how he effortlessly brings that Disney magic to life in a way that only he can. And it's really in a way that feels grounded and accessible to the people that watch him. Now, for me, honestly, if I could just be real, he's really one of those people that has the ability to turn an everyday Disney experience into something really relatable. And it's probably because, for me, that his videos have always had a personal touch. Like, for instance, he could just be walking around Epcot during one of the festivals, talking about his favorite Disney snacks, and maybe even trying them. Or maybe he's sharing his thoughts on the latest Disney news. I mean, really, like Corey's live streams are some of the best. And it's clear that, you know, Corey's not trying, and none of these vloggers or these live streamers are really trying to sell you on that Disney dream. I mean, they're really being the real deal. They don't try to sugarcoat the experience, and Corey certainly doesn't either. And I think that's what makes his channel so much fun, is that he's just sharing like just a day at the park or a day at the resorts. And actually, one of my favorite videos, and actually one of the first videos that I actually saw from Corey Meets World, was actually his monorail resort hopping video, where he did all the Magic Kingdom resorts on the monorail. And I love that he doesn't just do like 1 or 2 hours. He'll do like 8 or 12 hour live streams, or 3 hours, just depending on what he wants to do. So again, Corey's just one of those people for me that knows how to bring Disney magic to your home, and he's just really good at it. So next, we got to talk about one of my other favorites, and that's Resort TV One. Now, if you haven't joined one of the live streams on Friday nights from Resort TV One, and that is Josh and Jenna, then you're missing out on something that's pretty magical. Now, Josh and Jenna from Resort TV One are brother and sister, and every Friday night, or even sometimes during the weekend, they really have a way of making their viewers feel like they're right there with them. So they could be walking through the parks, experiencing the sights, the sounds, the magic, and the food of Disney, just everything. It almost seems like their live streams are probably the most, for me, the most fun, but also the most relaxing. Like they could be going to a theme park, like the Magic Kingdom, one week, but then the very next week they could be doing resort hopping, to the different Disney resorts around property. Now, one of the cool things that I love about Josh and Jenna is that they actually are, along with Corey, there's some of the people that really do interact with the people that are viewing them in real time on their live streams. So they're always talking to the people that are chatting, in the chat box on YouTube, and answering questions, and all the while they're doing that, I mean, they're just having a good time, and it's very evident that these people really know what they're doing. It's not like they're just walking through the parks or just pointing out the usual stuff that that normally people would, but they really do immerse themselves and us in the details that make Disney so special. And one of the things that I love about them is that they balance the difference between showcasing the magic at the parks and creating a space for their audience to relax and to just unwind. Now, their streams are never rushed, which is a really good thing for people that want to just take the time and really learn the parks. And especially if you're somebody that's a first time park goer and you're planning your trip, they really don't rush and say, okay, we're going to go here, 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 and we're going to eat this food. They really take the time to walk throughout the park. And they really don't think that there's a pressure, at least that's the way it's felt, is that there's no pressure to see everything that's in the parks in just one go. I mean, they really do take their time to interact with their viewers and to enjoy the moments as they happen. And it's the perfect way to experience Disney in a way that's slow, calm, and connected. And I've actually found that their live streams are a great escape from a busy week at work. I mean, you can really sit back and watch them, explore, and feel like you're really home with them. You feel like you're in the parks with them. It makes you feel like you're at home, experiencing the park together. And for me, that feeling of connection and warmth is something that I think really does, set their content apart from everybody else. I mean, Josh and Jenna really know, along with some of their other family members, really know how to bring you on a vacation, and how to really make you feel like you're not missing a moment of the magic. Um, Whether and just in general. I mean, for me, that's one of the best things is I get to experience something new watching Josh and Jenna every week. So again, Resort TV One is also another one of my personal favorites that I enjoy, when just wanting to watch a Disney live stream. So again, those that channel can be watched every Friday night, and sometimes during the weekend, and sometimes on Mondays. But they also do vlogs on top of that. And they'll do they'll do merchandise, dining reviews, and just a host of other things, throughout the year. I mean, these people really know, what they're doing. So that's the reason why I love them so much. Now we got to talk now about paging Mr. Amaro, aka Nate. Now, this is one of those people that if you're looking for the fun, spontaneous, and the truly the joyous Disney content, I mean, like paging Mr. Amaro, that's your guy. And his channel, for me, it just has this wonderful energy that feels like you're on an adventure with them. I mean, it's not overly planned or it's scripted. It's actually mostly just spontaneous stuff. And Nate's content really is the most authentic, that any kind of content can get. Now that could be whether he's wandering through the Magic Kingdom or eating something new at Disney Springs or exploring an undiscovered place at the parks. He always just brings this like trademark advertisement, if you will, and his infectious enthusiasm. And one of the things I love about Nate's videos, for him as a vlogger, is that he never tries to impress anyone. He's just like doing what he loves, and he's just sharing it with you. And there's something that's so refreshing about that, is that none of these people are really trying to push Disney on you. They're just kind of just sharing their experiences and enjoying it all along the way. And I love that Nate, aka PG Mr. Morrow, has the incredible ability to really find joy in the small things, like when he's riding a random attraction or tasting some like really cool new snack, you know. I mean, there's something refreshing, again, really refreshing about his content. It's not a look at me or how great am I. It's simply Nate just being Nate and showing you the magic of Disney in his own genuine, unfiltered way. And that's something I think that we as Disney fans in Disney World, vacation goers, we can really appreciate. And I feel like a lot of us, we could use more of that joyful, unpretentious energy that Nate brings to every single video that he creates. All right, now lastly, I've got to talk about this family that I recently discovered on YouTube. This is one channel that I actually discovered in the last, I think, 3 months of watching Disney vlogs and live streams. And these people to me are some of the best, and I'll tell you why. And that is, of course, the Broadway Bradshaws. Now, that is Lindsay and Jared, along with their daughter. And these guys are like these. This is the family that, like, if you were in Disney, this is one of the families you would want to hang out with in Disney. Like, they know how to have a good time. And what's cool and what stands out about their channel and all their videos is that they're just doing it in real life. You know, it's not like they have a specific plan. I mean, they do plan specific stuff that they do. In their vlogs and places they go and theme parks they visit, and then in all the events that they do. But really, it's a lot of spontaneity within their vlogs. I mean, it really makes you feel like you're actually going on vacation with them. And what's cool about Lindsay and Jared specifically, is that not only are they a vlogging channel, but they are also performers at Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond at Disney's Animal Kingdom. And that to me is so cool, you know, and I love when a certain vlogger has a performance background. Again, I love Broadway shows and performances, so that is really cool to know that they do that. In fact, before they even jumped into the Animal Kingdom and did Finding Nemo, they actually both were on Broadway. Now, Jared, of course, has an extensive Broadway list, with Jersey Boys, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the musical, on Broadway in New York City. And Lindsay has actually starred, or not starred, but she's been a part of the ensemble for Wicked, the musical, for, oh my gosh, I don't even know how many years that she's been a part of that. But that again, that kind of leap from performing on Broadway to Disney is such a unique leap for the both of them. And it's cool that they still get to perform and do what they love. And they really don't showcase that much on their channels. They really showcase more of the family atmosphere of what makes a Disney vacation so special. I mean, they're probably some of the funniest people I've ever watched. Again, they're just kind of doing real life. And what's cool is that uh, they never let go and they never let down, or never hold back really, when it comes to creating magic for their daughter as well. Who, for me, don't tell Lizzie and Jared I said this, but their daughter is probably the star of every vlog that I've seen from them. I mean, she is awesome. And what's cool is that they make magic for their daughter, and they just get to bring us along with them. And that to me is something that is so special, to have that kind of connection, or to feel like you have that kind of connection with a family on YouTube, just like that. So anyway, that's just four of the amazing Disney vloggers and live streamers that I absolutely love. So hopefully you guys go check them out. All of the links to those channels are in the description box of whatever streaming platform you're listening to me or watching me right now. So go check them out, go subscribe, and go tell them that Christian from the Able podcast sent you to check them out. But anyway, guys, that's all the time I have for this week's episode of the Able podcast. Join me in just a couple more weeks for another brand new episode of the Able podcast. So have a wonderful day, everybody, and we'll see ya
Real soon.
Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of the Disable Podcast. Be sure to use our hashtag the Disable Podcast, when sharing this podcast to all of your social media platforms. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see ya real soon.